A moving company scam has left families across all islands and the mainland out hundreds of thousands of dollars in money and property. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and has details.
Well, they turned to KHON2's Action Line for help with their consumer complaints. And what Always Investigating learned could help other families planning a move. It started as a trickle and quickly became a waterfall of complaints to Action Line. Two California-based companies sold Hawaii moving services to dozens of families who have not seen their stuff or their money since as long ago as last year. One of the companies goes by the name Pineapple Express Movers, last seen by this family when their goods were taken from their New Jersey home, destined for Oahu.
Our son doesn't have his bed right now.
Yeah.
His bed's in there. Everything.
Couches, beds, furniture, dresser, basically everything.
Plates and cups. And
Plates and cups.
Yeah.
We had to go out and buy
Forks,
plates. We have 3 forks.
Another company many people say has their money and belongings calls itself Hawaii Moving and Storage. This local couple used them to move back from Oregon.
We've just been getting the runaround. Every week it's the same thing. We don't know. We don't know. Oh, somebody's sick in the office. Management doesn't know. Oh, that's a new person. That's not my department. There's always an excuse.
They're not alone. Dozens of people on all islands and the mainland have banded together through Action Line, Always Investigating, and social media to hunt down their stuff.
There's been other people that reached out to us and said they're pretty much living with like sleeping bags in their household full of kids.
Always Investigating learned the two companies shared at least partial ownership or interests. I reached one of the Pineapple Express owners who admits to using multiple aliases. You can see where this would make people doubt any of you on any side. You're going by different names. People don't know where their stuff is. It's been months.
Yeah, I know. I understand all of that, you know. I totally get it. And again, I have no control at all.
Okay, you have control over how you identify yourself, though, right?
I do.
April, who is also Ginger, tells me she's trying to come clean, says there's no money left in the Pineapple Company account, and alleges her partner took all the customer files and people's items into Hawaii Moving and Storage Control. Where physically are the goods?
Well, some of them are on containers that are either at the port, and some of them, you know, are waiting to be delivered, and some of them are just sitting in storage because he can't afford to ship them.
In California or Hawaii?
It just depends. I mean, we have stuff coming and going, and this is for both companies, so it's, you know, they're all waiting for their things.
I called Hawaii Moving and Storage multiple times. A woman representing herself as a manager said she did not want to be quoted and would not give any answers on where the stuff or the money is. One family said Hawaii Moving and Storage told them they're not related at all to Pineapple Express, but offered to finish the job Pineapple Express started for a fee.
They told us to dispute the charges on our bank account to get our money back, and once we get our money back, we would pay Hawaii Moving and Storage the exact same amount to move our stuff. So, I mean, it doesn't really add up.
we had to pay them in full.
And we had to pay them in full to get our
because of the
things
time
back.
crunch that we were under.
The families say they can't get either company to tell them where the goods are stored, nor get copies of port information if it's already in a container. Brandon Velez demanded proof of life of his family's things.
When they sent me the photos, they were still geotagged. So I found out that they're in San Clarita, California somewhere. So we're kind of calling storage units to see if we can track down our stuff.
California area storage companies tell me they can't give the items to the owners if the storage unit renter is a third party, like a moving company. Similarly, when a moving company ships a container, Matson tells me they don't know what's in it or who is the owner besides the entity scheduling the shipment. Many of the families have gone to police, sheriffs, and regulators on the mainland and in Hawaii, only to be told it's a civil dispute, though that's not how they feel.
It's been too much. It's been a nightmare mentally, physically.
The Hawaii Office of Consumer Protection says people have to be especially vigilant with interstate moves.
They have a lot of leverage. They have your stuff, right? They have your property. And a lot of times what they'll do is grossly underbid what it is. Then they say they'll hold your goods for hostage, which is illegal. You can't do that.
Household movers and shippers are regulated by a federal agency that we found has taken in dozens of complaints recently about both Pineapple Express and Hawaii Moving and Storage.
We forward it to the investigators. If the company is found in violation, they may be fined. Some companies get shut down. Now, we can't promise a relinquish of the goods or negotiate a price, but we can certainly apply pressure to encourage the companies to work with the consumer.
If we can stop them from doing business and hurting and having anyone else to go through this, and that'd be a plus.
Now, following Always Investigating's calls, as of this evening, some victims are now planning to head to California to try to retrieve storage unit items. Some have been offered access to containers through the moving company, and the federal agency has been able to track last known locations of some of the goods. We'll follow up as these families get closer to getting their stuff back. Gina Mangieri, KHON 2 News.
Here's some extra advice for anyone planning a move. Research the company you are working with. Read all documents thoroughly and watch for red flags like a big upfront deposit. We've posted more tips on our website, KHON2.com. Again, we learned about the moving issue from Action Line. If you have questions about an issue or problem you're dealing with, call Action Line weekdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 591-0222 or go to our website to send them a message.